Hello, round 3 against Mr. Cheese Tomato, who I've played against before. I think he's on mono black, but I'll know in a second when he gets back from the bathroom or whatnot. And there we go, another 1 mountain, 0 cards hand. We'll again. Ooh, a Sylvan Caryatid? I have this card in my deck? Jeez. Okay, sounds fine. It's pretty slow against mono black, honestly. I have no lightning strikes. I need to draw the untapped land pretty soonish. And he might just like steamroll me with a Tormented Hero or Deal to Herald, but that's basically like their nut draw, so maybe he won't have it, and maybe he's just not playing mono black. Who knows? Though I kind of want to play against mono black this daily because it's probably the most popular deck in block, and I haven't played against it yet. No, he's playing the Mirror, I think. He's definitely playing something with Temple of Triumph in it. I can say that with 100% certainty. I'm gonna guess it's the Mirror, since I expect to play against the Mirror a lot more than I expect to play against the black-red-white deck. So I think the black-red-white deck's a better matchup, or at least an easier one to play. I kind of wish Mr. Cheese Tomato wouldn't take so long. I would hate to have to keep pausing the video just to edit out time. But honestly, his turn 1 scry decision shouldn't take this long. Okay, so I drew a Temple of Abandon. I'm going to play Temple of Plenty, and you generally want to play your green-white lands first, because you have basic mountains in your deck, and playing Elspeth on time is pretty important. That's a pretty good draw, no matter what red-white deck he's playing. It looks like it's the removal one. I was saying you want to play your white lands first because playing Elspeth on time is pretty important. Temple Triumph obviously worse than Temple of Abandon, but it doesn't matter as much when you don't have Elspeth in hand. I don't have it right now, so I'm just going to play the green land so I can play Cursor. And I have Pokemon music stuck in my head. No, Cheese Tomato, please. I really want you to let me scry. Okay, reveal the land. I'm probably going to keep it because I have a lot of threats in my hand already, actually, and drawing lands is always very good against this deck. Especially since all my spells are expensive and most of his spells are 1-for-1s. So next turn I play the Caryatid, and being on the draws sucks when all your lands come to play tapped, especially against control matchup. If I had drawn an untapped land, I'd be able to play Cursor this turn, which is extremely good. But at least the only thing you can do with Sylvan Caryatid is Anger of the Gods it, which is much better than a Voyaging Satyr, which can be lightning struck. I think I'm keeping this land on top too. I already have 2 white lands, and being able to play. Though honestly, if I bottom this, I'd still have 4 lands in play. I still want 5 lands, just in case just in case the Sylvan Caryatid goes by the wayside when I try to play Xenagos. And I want to play Stormprice Dragon and Elspeth. Though I'll definitely bottom the next land. So this is a Anger of the Gods. So it was pretty clever of me to keep that land. Good old Jim Xenagos here and force him to deal with it. Though, honestly, since he can play Stormbreath Dragon, that seems pretty poor. So you can just, like, Stormbreath Dragon me. This is why being on the draw sucks. Guild. Okay. could play around another Stormbreath Dragon, or he could just jam the Xenagos now. Though he probably has Elspeth now, which would make Pulse Crusher a more entertaining option, because it at least can trample over the tokens. And keep it in dragon range. Keep the Elspeth in dragon range. Xenagos God of Revels is pretty good right here. If my Pulse Crusher lives, like if he plays Elspeth next turn, my Pulse Crusher will actually just kill his Elspeth. And there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm hoping he jams Elspeth here, and not a Stormbreath Dragon. Okay, so... Oh, he just kills my guy. Well, that's not what I was expecting. But it's fine though, since kill it with Xenagos. It seems like a strange play to me. Since he makes tokens, I can only attack... If I attack Elspeth, he can triple block it, and Elspeth would take 1. It would die to Stormbreath Dragon, but it pretty much does that either regardless of his line of play. But this way I can kill it with my otherwise dead Lightning Strikes and Xenagos. So I'm not sure quite why he blew up the world there. Maybe he has a second Elspeth in hand. Or maybe he wants to read some bones. This Xenagos is the God of Revels is going to be pretty good this game, I think. See, making a Stormbreath Dragon to kill my Xenagos? That's fine. I don't want to draw land in Elspeth here at some point. But I think my play is Xenagos, give my Satyr +2/+2 and pass turn. Since they can't kill my Xenagos, and I don't want my Pelucranos to die before its time. Because I can just give the Pelucranos haste next turn to kill his, life total. And Stormbreath Dragon is going to be moderately annoying since I have 3 cards in hand. You can pump it next turn. That might be his best shot of racing my Xenagos. Since next turn, if I draw a land and untapped land, I can swing for 12. Oh no, I can't. I won't have enough to do that. So I can only swing for 12 next turn, max. But swing for 4 this turn and could put him at 14. Whereas if he makes this a 7 mana, or 7 drop, hits me for 10 next turn, that uses all his mana. So yeah, you can kill me the following turn with a swing and a Lightning Strike. And I would have to draw... I can't really draw anything to stop that, honestly. I guess a land to put me out of bolt range. He didn't pump his dragon, so I guess he's got something. And Elspeth. Not too concerned about Elspeth, since I can kill it with Pulse Crusher. But I can't play Pulse Crusher and Cursor. Well, I'm looking for Elspeth now, since Elspeth's the only thing I have that can kill Stormbreath Dragon. And I don't really need anything else. Since I have Xenagos, all my creatures are basically the same. Giant, hasty creature. And that basic forest is definitely not what I want. Green, red. Oh, I can't target him because he's pro enchantments. That's the first time it's come up, actually. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm still attacking it. Oh, no, I can't because it's not haste. Whew, that sucks. Okay. Bit of an oversight there. Where's my frowny face emoticon? I think I lose this game unless I draw Elspeth next turn. So if I draw Elspeth next turn, what do I need to do? Stop his Elspeth from killing me, but he's just gonna let Elspeth take 2, I think. If I attack it and then swing at me for almost lethal. That'd be what? 7 +2 is 9, +3 is 12, puts me at 4. and it makes 3 more tokens. I can't really come back. I think it just sit back on my creature. And then, I'm not really sure. I'm in a bad spot now. Though, honestly, playing Polukranos wouldn't have really done that much either, since Polukranos doesn't have trample. I don't have enough mana to activate it. I mean, I would have played Polukranos instead, but if I had realized, but playing with Polukranos wouldn't have actually killed the Elspeth. Because at least Polukranos can, next turn, try to wipe out his Soldier Force. He's not attacking with Stormbreath Dragon. I guess he's afraid giving Xenagos some respect here. Though he does have, like... Oh, he misclicked. Okay, that makes way more sense. Though, honestly, still might be dead. I'm drawing my second Xenagos, the Reveler. This is a -7. Drawing a Stormbreath Dragon would also be very good. So I'm going to play my Cursor because I think I'm dead if I can't. I should have played Xenagos into Cursor. Since that would have been an actually good play. Since I could have played Xenagos, then plus it for mana, then they played the Cursor. But there's land on top of my library, so it's a little justified. Now I could attack all my creatures into his Elspeth, but he would just eat my Satyr token with his Stormbreath Dragon, and I'd have to deal with this Onslaught. So I don't think I can actually attack here. So I'm just gonna sit back more. Still pretty dead here. Since I'm not trying Stormbreath Dragon next turn, I don't think I can win. He used to misclick a little bit more. He's heroes. He's not killing one of my creatures, so this might still have a chance. Though I know the top card doesn't do anything, and he's probably killing me this turn. I'm just gonna concede. There's no way someone misclicks that many times in a row, especially once they already done it. More Xenagos, less Polish Crusher. I want no Chain to the Rocks in my deck, and I want these Glares. Unravel the Aether, in case he has Heliod, maybe? What else could he have? I think that's it. Stormbreath Dragon, Elspeth, and Heliod are basically their only win conditions. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with Unravel the Aether. I guess I take out Voyaging Satyr, since they have a plethora of burn spells to kill it with. Actually, I just want Pulse Crushers and not with these Lightning Strikes. Lightning Strike doesn't really do much, doesn't kill Elspeth. And these Arbor Colossus didn't really do much last time. Maybe I just want Magma Jet for the Scry. That might be better, because I really need to find Elspeth in this matchup. I would love to play first. And the no green opener hand has to be mulliganed. This hand's fine. Not ideal, but it's got a Cursor. So if Cursor lives, that card is staying on top. I don't have the second red mana yet, but I'm not pitching away a Stormbreath Dragon. I pretty much wouldn't pitch away any threat right there. Keep that Elspeth too. Even though these are very late game threats, that's pretty much all this matchup is, so it's gonna Thoughtseize me for my Cursor. That sucks. I mean, I'd be very surprised if you took Stormbreath Dragon. Since Cursor is my only play next turn, I have no 4-drop. Yep, Cursor hits. I guess I'll just play my Mountain in past turn. Still need to draw the second Mountain for Stormbreath Dragon. Or second Red Source, I should say. Oh, he doesn't have a Read the Bones. Oh wow, drawing Xenagos was pretty good there. He doesn't have Anger of the Gods up. I'm sorry, not Anger of the Gods, Hero's Downfall. So this is pretty free, unless he Lightning Strikes it, but I can't really afford to play around that with this hand. Yeah, okay, he's Lightning Striking it. Which is fine. Leaves me with a 2-2, he still has to deal with at some point. And the 2 damage does add up. Drawing a Mountain next turn would be pretty good. I'd also be happy with a Scryland. I'd actually love to draw land next turn instead of a creature. Gets me closer to Elspeth, lets me play Stormbreath Dragon. Glare of Heresy stops his main threat, I guess. Doesn't let me kill him, though. So, if he bolts this... Yeah, okay. Well, no more plays. I hope he doesn't have a Stormbreath Dragon. Because I didn't draw land, so I'm nowhere close to doing Stormbreath Dragon from Elspeth. Thoughtseize me. He's probably taking Elspeth. Like, I'm 100% sure he can deal with Stormbreath Dragon in his deck, but he only has Hero's Downfall to deal with Elspeth. Hero's Downfall and Stormbreath Dragon. Stormbreath Dragon doesn't even get there most of the time. It would have only worked last game because I had Xenagos Gata Rebels to pump up my dragon. Magma Jet. I'm probably casting at the end of his turn. I need to draw something here before he just draws lands and kills me, since he missed his land drop last turn. So I assume he's holding a ton of removal spells, but I'm not going to sit here holding a Magma Jet. Bottomless Satyr, his time has passed. Didn't draw a red source though. I still kept the forest because I'm not sure why actually. Probably should have just bottomed it. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was thinking about 5th land, not second red source. Oh, he's missing on land drops, which is not a thing I like when I have nothing going on. His deck is better than mine in late game. Please be an Elspeth. Temple of Abandon. I guess I have to keep that on top. At least it's not a mountain. I'd feel much worse about keeping a mountain on top. There's a Stormbreath Dragon mana. Oh, he's not playing it, so he didn't have one. So he's an Elspeth, or 2. Bottoming this, and all future lands. So I'm about to play the dragon he knows about. Please don't draw another land. Ugh. Oh, he doesn't have a second white source. I drew a forest. Well, I guess I get a Hero's Downfall or something out of his hand. I'll just save this forest for when I draw Cursor. There's no reason to play it right now. And Cursor will give me a life. I would appreciate this could Hero's Downfall instead of like Gilded. Gild is so annoying. He's gilding it. Dang it. Or double lightning bolting. No, he would have done that before combat. This is definitely a guild, so he can play as Elspeth next turn. Oh, Fated Conflagration? Couldn't he have played that? Oh, he wanted to scry. Yeah, it makes sense. Though this does put him dead to like a Xenagos and a Stormbreath. Just kind of worrisome for him. Put both on top. Oh, there's another Stormbreath. So I can get another 4 damage and hope to catch him with his pants down in a couple turns when I draw my other Stormbreath Dragon. He's gonna beat me down with a bunch of soldier tokens this game. At least he can't play Elspeth. Because if he plays Elspeth, I would kill him. Or he could play Elspeth and minus it. Just jam Pelucranos. Just keep drawing threats. Drawing a Xenagos Gata Rebels would be very good right now. Because it makes all my creatures, like every single top deck in my deck, a Stormbreath Dragon. So does he not have a Hero's Downfall? Since he didn't cast it, or does he want to try and get value off Elspeth, which he knows about my Glare of Heresies, so I don't think he would do that. So what is his hand? It's gotta be Elspeth. He's just like holding a billion guilds. There we go. That is an excellent draw. Okay, now let's... I've drawn 4 non-land cards in a row. It's probably time to draw a land. It is pretty smart of him to use his guilds like this. Revoke Existence, okay. So he must have a bunch of those in hand. I think that's my... I have one more Xenagos Gotta Rebels left. Since he... thought he used my cursor earlier. It goes to 2? Ooh. Now I can draw Magma Jet and kill him. Magma Jet or Little Xenagos. Or Sylvan Caryatid. Not quite as good as either of those cards. And also the only card that doesn't attack with Xenagos in my deck. So they don't have Pulse Crusher. I do have Pulse Crusher, but... give this guy Pulso in haste. Stormbreath Dragon. I'm sure he has an Elspeth in his hand, he's just not playing it because I have Glare. Which doesn't seem that right. I'm gonna keep this guy in my hand in case I draw the other Xenagos. That way I get an extra 2 damage in for free, which is all I need to kill him. Another Stormbreath? No, what is this? Oh, Monstrosity. I should have played that land then. Wasn't thinking. This actually puts me really low. So I need to draw Xenagos to try and kill him and hope he doesn't have Hero's Downfall. Or die. Yeah, it looks like I'm dead. Man, that was a close game. I think he played that one quite well. Budgeting out his life total with his guild. Oh, he's misclicked before, so maybe he'll do it again. Come on, Moto. Be on my side. Yeah, it looks like you got it. Oh. Okay. Can't win every game. That's kind of disappointing. And actually, I think I want another... It's kind of awkward. I really like Glare, but... Glare of Heresy? It's really important in some matchups, but drawing a bunch is just kind of miserable. Still probably better than Miscutter Hydra, honestly. So, I think this is the sideboard I'm happiest with so far. There's not another Chain to the Rocks because there's only like 6 mountains in the deck or something. So having a 4th Chain to the Rocks is really greedy. Sometimes you draw Chain to the Rocks and you just never draw your mountain. Or it's just too late. But I'll be back for round 4.